Welcome to our series, The Great Stories of the Bible. Today, we delve into one of the most astonishing miracles performed by Jesus, the time he walked on water. After miraculously feeding 5,000 people with just 5 loaves and 2 fish, Jesus sent his disciples ahead by boat to the other side of the Sea of Galilee. He then went up on a mountainside by himself to pray. As evening came, he was there alone, seeking communion with his Father. Meanwhile, the disciples' boat was already a considerable distance from land, battling strong winds and rough waves. The sea, once calm, had become a raging tempest. The disciples, seasoned fishermen though they were, struggled to control their vessel. Hours passed, and their exhaustion grew with the storm's intensity. Fear began to creep into their hearts as the darkness of the night seemed to swallow them whole. It was in the 4th watch of the night, between 3 and 6 in the morning, when the storm was at its fiercest, that something unbelievable happened. Through the howling wind and crashing waves, they saw a figure walking on the water, moving towards their boat. In their terror and confusion, they didn't recognize him. "It's a ghost," they cried out, their voices filled with panic. The sight was so unnatural, so far beyond anything they had ever witnessed, that their minds could only interpret it as a supernatural apparition. But then, a familiar voice cut through the storm's chaos, bringing a wave of reassurance. "Take courage, it is I. Don't be afraid." It was Jesus. His calm and powerful words instantly began to soothe their terrified souls. The one they followed, their master, was here, defying the very laws of nature to come to them. Among the disciples, the impulsive and passionate Peter was the first to react, his fear momentarily replaced by a surge of faith and awe. He called out to Jesus, his voice filled with a bold request, "Lord, if it's you, tell me to come to you on the water." Peter wanted to participate in this miracle, to share in this moment of divine power. Jesus simply replied, "Come." With that single word of invitation, Peter didn't hesitate. He climbed over the side of the boat and stepped onto the turbulent surface of the sea. For a few incredible moments, the impossible became possible. Peter was walking on water, just like his Lord. His eyes were fixed on Jesus, his faith holding him afloat against the churning waves. He was experiencing a miracle firsthand, a testament to the power that came from trusting Jesus completely. But then, his focus wavered. He took his eyes off Jesus and looked at the storm raging around him. He saw the massive waves swelling. He felt the fierce wind whipping against him, and he heard the roar of the sea. In that instant, doubt flooded his heart, and fear took hold once more. And as his faith faltered, he began to sink. The cold water engulfed him, and panic set in. "Lord, save me," he cried out, his hand reaching desperately towards Jesus. Immediately, Jesus reached out his hand and caught him. He held him firmly, pulling him from the grip of the sea. As he saved him, Jesus gently rebuked him. "You of little faith, why did you doubt?" It wasn't a harsh scolding, but a loving question, a teaching moment. Jesus was showing Peter that while his faith was real enough to get him out of the boat, it was his doubt that caused him to sink. The power was always there, accessible through unwavering trust. When Jesus and Peter climbed into the boat, another miracle occurred. The wind died down. The raging storm that had tormented the disciples all night suddenly ceased. The sea became calm, and a profound peace settled over the water and within the hearts of the men in the boat. The disciples, who had just been battling for their lives, were now in complete awe. They had witnessed not one, but a series of incredible events. Jesus had not only walked on water and calmed the storm, but he had also empowered one of them to do the same, and then saved him from his own doubt. Overwhelmed by what they had seen, they fell to their knees and worshipped him. Their understanding of who Jesus was had deepened immensely. They declared, "Truly you are the Son of God." Before this night, they had called him teacher, rabbi, master. But now, in the face of such divine power over nature itself, they recognized his true identity. This story is a powerful lesson about faith and fear. Like Peter, We are often called to step out of our comfort zones, our boats, and walk towards Jesus in the midst of life's storms. As long as we keep our eyes fixed on Him, we can do the impossible. But when we let the winds of doubt and the waves of fear distract us, we begin to sink. Yet, even in our moments of weakness, when we cry out to Him, Jesus is always there, ready to reach out His hand and save us. He doesn't condemn our doubt, but uses it to teach us, to strengthen our faith, and to remind us that He is, and always will be, the Lord of the storm. Thank you for joining us for this great story from the Bible. We hope it has inspired and encouraged you. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more episodes, and feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. See you next time.